many societies. After the Soviet Union collapsed, and before the War on Terror, political, business, and intellectual leaders in the West declared that a fusion of capitalism, liberal democracy, and modern science would create a future of near boundless possibility for all humanity. Now, humanity is at a perilous juncture. Problems like climate change, economic and social inequality, and the risk of nuclear war have become critical. In 2020, COVID-19 stopped the world at large in its tracks. International scientific agencies are issuing report after report declaring that a global environmental catastrophe is imminent, now probably far earlier than 2045, and maybe even as soon as a decade from now. Meanwhile, reason and scientific fact often seem impotent before entrenched vested interests, worsening social polarization, and rising political authoritarianism. As our prospects seem to diminish by the day, some of us retreat inwards to focus on things close to us in time and space, such as our friends and family, in person and on social media. Others try denial, maybe by claiming that the evidence for problems such as climate change and even pandemics is invented by people who benefit from scaring us. Or we become fatalistic, declaring we can't do anything about the problems because we've gotten used to a way of living, or because the problems are the fault of the rich, or the poor, or immigrants, minorities, or them over there. Anybody but us. Some of us rally to authoritarian leaders who tell a simple story about what's wrong and declare they can make things better with bold, harsh action. Anxiety about the future, detachment, self-deception, and feelings of resentment and helplessness. This is a perilous psychological state, the starting line of a fast track to the end of hope. It also makes the future we fear far more likely to happen, because the best way to ensure we'll fail to solve our problems is to believe we can't. We all know, whether explicitly or unconsciously, that to escape this trap, we need to come up with promising ideas to address the critical problems humanity faces. But to do so, we need to understand what's causing the problems in the first place. As any medical doctor would say, good prescription depends on good diagnosis. To that end, over the last 40 years, I've studied humankind's global challenges closely, particularly worsening economic insecurity, climate change, pandemics, scarcities of critical resources like fresh water and clean energy, weak and incompetent governance, and the factors that keep our societies from innovating effectively to address such problems. I've also studied how these challenges can combine to multiply their total impact, with cascading consequences that sometimes lead to mass violence, including terrorism, genocide, and war. As a doctoral student at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in the 1980s, I helped found a research group of young natural scientists, lawyers, and social scientists at MIT, Harvard, and other nearby universities interested in the implications of Earth's environmental crisis. Our work together was exhilarating. We were all hopeful that science, international goodwill, and basic common sense would prevent humanity from tumbling into an environmental disaster. Today, we're dispersed all over the world, and with a planetary environmental disaster now unfolding in real time, we remain connected with each other to share information, ideas, and research findings. Alas, the underlying causes of humanity's problems aren't easy to diagnose, and some of the world's best minds have struggled for decades to figure out what's going on. Ever since those university years, I've followed their research and expert debates with fascination, and my books, The Ingenuity Gap 2000 and The Upside of Down 2006, drew on that work to provide a framework for my own research and diagnoses. I didn't pull any punches in my assessment of the dangers, so I was often labeled a Doom Meister. But as the years have passed, my analysis in those books has, unfortunately, turned out to be close to the mark, and the profound gravity